okay, OBS was lagging. So, last time you all decided, hey, that was a mighty fine good idea to go into the castle, and then you stopped at a casket and had a bunch of japeries and bullshitteries around the casket. And I believe to sum up last time is we had a nice snuggle fest with all the nice little dragons and things, and then you took some eldritch alcohol, which probably was not spiked. No, it wasn't. Totally not. And
I don't think it was.
I don't recall.
what else? Oh yeah, Ilari was also horny as fuck the whole last session for
Yes,
Balsam.
yes, and Ilaria will calm down.
Laria. So
You
Lara.
got away with it last time because I accidentally missaid it, but it's Ilaria.
Okay, Lara.
Kill yourself. I'm just kidding. I love you.
God damn. So you all head down past the area that you were before, and you come into a long hallway, where at the end of it,
Are you serious?
huh?
Hold on. Actually, keep going. Okay. No, ignore me.
Am I serious about what?
No, you keep going, Cactus.
Okay. So you all continue down the hallway until you see there is there's a man, well, not really a man. There's a figure at the end of the hall where he's sitting behind a desk as he notices you, and he looks up from reading.
Is this that one dude that we saw in the last session? It's like the crow god guy.
No.
Okay. The crow god.
Being Arsene?
That was me. I got that guy. 'Cause I
Yes.
stood on his coffin.
Yes, you got Arsene. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
Just let me know when you've started.
We've started already.
Okay, perfect. I want to check on Zafira and see how she's doing.
It's Saphira.
You're a dragon. I don't control her.
Okay, I'm just gonna check on her, see how she's doing. And as I do so, she just kind of looks at me, kind of reassuring, like, yeah, I'm fine. Because we've really been doing nothing. She just kind of looks at me like, you were literally just flirting with bitches. Like, if she looks at me, she's like, I know what you did. And I just like, oh, you're so cute.
We're walking out of the grave, right?
You're walking out of the grave area. You went down some staircases. You went into another hallway where you see there is a man sitting behind a desk at the end of the hallway. Or at least you think it's a man. It's a humanoid figure, though.
Should I put on my chart? Looks at the other two.
Orange
Why are
shrug.
you staring blankly in the corner?
And staring at my dragon.
Okay, Paulson is gonna approach. And he's gonna fucking drag Corin with him.
He follows
Corin
willingly.
looks confused.
Where are you
Nice.
taking him? Where are you guys going?
I
We're
don't know.
going to talk to the gentleman.
Oh, I'll come with you. Come on, Zafira.
Let us go.
Gentleman.
Hello, good sir.
They don't answer you. You just see a robed figure turn his head up to you, look at
Okay,
you.
so movement.
Nothing
Gotcha.
happens.
They
So we're
clearly
still in
moved
that
to me, right?
library, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you? Okay, wait. Hold on. What are you guys? What exactly are you guys looking for? Maybe we can ask him questions to see, like, if he knows an answer. Maybe we need to ask something instead of just saying hello. We're lower life forms at this point.
We're honestly just exploring, I think. We're trying to see what the hell is here.
I have no idea who this person is.
Okay.
Because we haven't checked out this area, so we're just walking through and seeing what's here. Because maybe we see something that's going to be useful later on.
Is he reading by chance? Like, is he reading anything?
No, he was working on a sculpture.
Oh, what kind of sculpture?
It looks like a sculpture of a man in large armor, wearing some kind of crown of sorts, and he has a sun behind him, as well as he's quite large and quite burly. Doesn't have a beard. His chin is quite, quite established. Has all kinds of signatures. He looks like he's wearing some kind of knight armor with like large padding and such.
Okay. I want to ask him a question. I want to ask him, are you building someone of history or someone new?
He doesn't say anything.
Can I
Either
make a
way.
history check on the statue?
Sure.
What's going on there? Who is that? Why he's there?
Holy shit.
What's he doing here? A 23.
You got a 23?
Go
Mm-hmm.
to 23.
Your 23 tells you that it is the Golden Emperor.
Awesome.
The
Do you
Golden
know what
Emperor.
that is?
Bosum's Golden Emperor in this
No,
situation?
the Golden Emperor. He's also been nicknamed the Emperor of Mankind.
That's what I mean.
My goodness.
This is the fucking guy Bossum was for like a couple seconds.
Can I roll for a perception check to see if I notice anything about this guy?
Oh, this
Sure.
is me.
Not terror, about the hooded man who's
No,
building
no,
the
n-
sculpture.
that statue right there is me.
I'm not trying to go. I want to know more about the man in question building the statue.
Who cares about that?
I got a 20.
You're just asking
Not
to
enough.
see like what he looks like and such, right?
Kind of. What I want to see is if there's any distinct features that might be able, like any symbols or anything like that, that might be able to kind of depict who he might be.
Not
If I
really.
notice
He's wearing like a cloak that is sort of like middle of the road. It's not anything fancy, but it's not cheap either. It was. He seemed like this would be like a pretty good investment cloak, like a cloak you would wear for like a good number of years, pass on, well stitched, well made. Um, Overall, though, he's not rich, but he's not poor. He's just kind of
he's
neutral all
pretty
around.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have a question though, just for you. Is this like a normal? Is this just a hooded man? Like, is this just a normal looking man that's hooded?
It looks like a normal humanoid to you.
Okay. Oh, it looks like a.
You
normal-
don't know whether it is. Could be anything. We're in the Castle of Chaos. It takes many incarnations. Who fucking knows? He looks humanoid. He seems humanoid.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Is he just? Okay. Wait.
Does he
Is he
look like a
just-
certain right-handed man to a golden armored boy?
No, he's not Malkador.
Ah, shame.
Shame. Bell. Shame. Bell. I'm shame balsam. Bell. You hear a bell. When I say bell, you're hearing a bell like ringing, like shame. Shame.
I am shame. Tell me, gentlemen, what do you know of this man? I see. Uh-huh.
You want to do anything,
Oh.
Corin?
Wow.
He's just gonna stare at Balsam and nod his head occasionally, as if he's listening, but he's not.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
That is quite the story. Laura, you should hear this man's voice. It is quite beautiful.
Uh-huh.
It is always beautiful. What do you mean? A voice is
Look.
As you say beautiful, Balsam, your head is instantly filled with light for 2 seconds, and then you're back to reality.
He's gonna reel over. Oh, I may have. I don't think I've been taking enough of my vitamins today.
That's okay, darling. We can skip our vitamins every now and then.
Oh.
Corin, you feel your chin twitch.
My spider senses are tingling.
Do you actually say that?
Yes.
Take 1 point of damage.
Worth it.
no,
Wait, me?
No,
Corin.
Nope.
Corin.
We get punished fucking fourth wall breaking.
Okay, about this guy though, that's sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just like a library patron, or is he actually someone who stays in this library constantly reading and taking care of the library?
You don't know. Again, you haven't been in this section of the library.
Yeah, it's true. I've only stayed in the section where GemTib was because that's who I worked for. So I've never experienced this. Can I roll another perception check on the books that are around me to see if I notice anything that might correlate with this man?
Sure.
I got a 24.
Your 24 reveals a multi reveal of lots of books relating to religion, spiritualism, control, and self-help, as well as just general spiritualism, overall based around faith. What does faith consume? Is faith real? What does belief give you?
Okay, so this is where, like, what's the word? Hold on, I need to think of the word. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's like when people don't believe in a god.
Atheist?
Atheist, thank you. Is this like where future atheists come from when they're questioning their faith, or where people come from when they're questioning their faith to seek answers?
Maybe.
That is the campaign that man led. He was very much pro-atheist.
Who's that man?
I want to ask
I kept my memories, DM.
Who is that man?
I thought I kept everything I learned.
Who is that man?
Roll a history check.
Can I roll a history check to try and read?
Sure.
I also want to know why my chin was acting weird. But I'll wait my turn.
Who is that man, Balsam? Tell me.
He rolled a 24 and he has to remember it.
That is the Emperor of Mankind.
Oh, that man. Okay.
Wait, the
Some
man
people
in the
call him Biggie.
I would call him
sculpture?
Happy Chaos.
The Golden
Who's Happy
Boy.
Chaos, Corin?
Exactly what it sounds like.
You don't know that.
But tell me, who is Happy Chaos? Do tell.
I am Happy Chaos. What
You're Happy
I'm
Chaos?
happy and I'm
Roll me a
chaos.
persuasion
What do you
check to
mean?
gaslight yourself.
Alright. You're about to be disappointed, motherfucker. I got a 24.
Now roll me insight.
You're also about to be disappointed, motherfucker. That's a 29.
Oh shit.
You gaslighted yourself for a brief moment. But you were Happy Chaos, and you're like, who the fuck is Happy Chaos? You're not Happy Chaos. No.
Oh, that was Slamesh.
I have a question.
Yes?
Can I ask this man? Oh shit! I just had it. Okay, wait.
Wait, before you do that, I just want to figure out why my chin was acting weird.
Go
That
ahead.
activated
I
my
still remember my
spider
question.
senses.
Roll me a medicine check.
A medical
Maybe you
check?
don't wash your face enough.
Medicine, yeah. I got a 4. I don't know what the fuck that was. It just itchy.
Maybe your alcoholism. Who knows?
Oh wait, no, that was the other campaign. Never mind.
Your liver's acting up.
I forgot we cured my alcoholism in the other campaign, not this one.
Yes. And you were
The
very
other
sad.
Corin campaign, not this one.
Okay, wait. So, there's a bunch of basically like books of religion and like questioning religion and kind of things around that.
There's not so much questioning religion. the questions are based towards religion, but more so of like how to control faith-based magic. What does faith-based magic do? What does faith and magic do with each other? What is like the study of? It's more like based on the study of religion and how faith-based magic works, along with how does magic flow through faith. Does it have any bearing on it whatsoever?
Is okay. So the table that this guy's sitting at sculpting. Is there another chair?
There is, as well as there's a number of books across his desk that have to do with mythology, how history creates mythology, and how mythology itself is history. How, when you look upon mythological tales and take away the faith, you get basic history, which then mixes in with everything else. And if you look at even religion mixed with history, you also get a deeper understanding of that history without it.
Okay. I want to ask him. I want to just. I want to walk up to the table and with Saphira closely behind me, about maybe a foot behind me, and I want to ask him, may I sit?
A head turns to you, and a hand gestures for you to sit.
Okay, I sit. I sit in the chair. I want to ask him how how do I believe in faith?
Your mind is given two images: a blanketing yellow light, as well as a figure that you cannot make out with any understanding of your own. What do you do?
I want to ask him.
No, no, no. With the figure in your head, what do you want to do?
Oh, what with the figure in my head?
Yes.
Is there any way I can try to like look up? Like,
That's up to you.
is there any way I can try to like look who this man is, who this person is, who this figure is?
That's up to you. What do you want to do?
I want to try to see if I can figure out who this person, the figure
But
is.
how? How do you wish to do that? You're going to use your insight of previous knowledge. You're going to use a nature to try to guess like his features and the race. You're going to do perception to gaze upon him. You're going to do investigation to deeper dive upon everything else around him.
I want to roll for. Okay, wait. What do I roll to kind of get a view of the figure?
That is just
Like-
perception.
Okay. So I want to know who this figure is. And Iliara is very curious about this. She's intrigued more than anything. She has been in a long time. So I'd like to roll a insight check actually.
So you're foregoing a perception for an insight, right?
Would insight give me anything about this man or person, this figure, or would perception be the better roll here?
Perception would give you how he looks, but give you no depth. Insight gives you depth, but no figure.
I'd rather have depth. I'll roll insight.
What's your insight?
Okay. I rolled a 17.
Your 17 of insight is when you look into the figure. Instead of seeing like tapestries of art decorate himself, or any kind of, clothing or anything you can get your basis off of, instead looks as if you're walking down a staircase into him. And as you're metaphorically walking down the staircase, you see there are murals of all kinds of wars, battles, of different kinds of people he's met, dinner tables, conversations, multiple different ideals and beliefs of happy and sad times. And as you continue to walk down the staircase, you get a deeper, richer understanding of who this person is. And right then and there, you are released back to this foray of everything in front of you. You're out of your mental image. You've just been answering your own question. You answered, how do you view a god? Or how do you view faith? You view faith as in the depth of that faith. What's important to you is how deeply do you believe in the subjects and what has caused that subject to get where they are. Then do you truly believe.
I believe in my ancestors. I believe in my family.
Yes,
I believe that
time,
we make
history.
our own family.
Your belief is based upon the experiences of others that then correlate to yourself to give upon a history of past to connect to. That's where your
Which
faith comes
also
from.
can correlate with mythological speaking. Like it can correlate with mythology speaking because take away the whatever you say. Basically, it's like history in what you had said earlier.
Congratulations, you answered your question.
Did I?
Your question was based upon what is faith and how does, faith affect
So
a deity.
faith is history.
To you, that's what faith is.
To me, faith is history. So I want to ask. I want to look at this man, or is it a man?
You're not sure.
I want to look at this person, and I want to ask him, how do you view your faith?
You're given an image of black and dark, and then an instant image of light. And everything that has gone on between all of this black and white. All you see is nothing. There's nothing there but the two things of black and white.
So, does that mean he believes in balance? Or
No,
does he believe in nothing?
you're not sure. Again, the essence that's only given is white, and when you appear to try to see deeper, you see everything that constitutes light, and every single concept based around light and going from it, as well as darkness into darkness, but every darkness path leads back into light, and every light leads back into the darkness path. You could say balance, however, balance was never given here as a concept.
So if everything goes to light, but then everything light goes to dark, does that mean it's more of a yin and yang cycle? I mean, rather than balance,
You
it's
could
all
think
light
that,
becomes
however,
dark, but everything dark becomes light.
however, yin and yang is also on a balance cycle of balance,
It
but
is.
there was no concept of balance being shown to you in any regard. Just two sides.
Two sides coinciding, coexisting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm
By the way, everybody
Very-
marvel at female Corin.
okay.
Yo, you need to relax.
Terror is more horny. Sorry, Balsam is more horny than me.
I'm calling the cops.
You should.
I'm gonna.
I mean, you simp over Hal's sister. Balsam simps over a female Corin.
Say that one, don't mind me.
Just remember, Balsam. She is still me, but with boobs.
Crazy.
Would you go down dirty for a female Corin?
Yeah, Balsam. Would you go down for female me?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've probably already met a couple female Corins.
So Balsam's into the
so
goth
I-
girls. I see.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Every time I've asked, this is just a like kind of. I mean, it's a question. So every time I've asked this guy a question, I've seen an image. Does that mean he's got a special form of psychic power?
You
Or he
could
maybe
you
even
can
serves?
you could infer that maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
Um,
don't push those powers too much. Bad things could happen.
I
That
want to ask
noise.
him a question. Another question.
Okay.
Do you like music?
As you ask this question, you hear a song play in your head, one of notes unobtainable by this era or this plane of existence. A
Can
sound
I?
a sound that sounds almost as fearful and elegant at the same time. If you
Can
think
I
about
try
it,
to? Can I
one
try to
minute,
replicate that?
1 minute.
Okay.
As you're listening to it, you fear dread, you fear fear. You can feel your entire body going into flight or flight. You can feel your entire body convulsing from the inside out. You can feel it as if you need to run. But as well, as soon as you get into focus of fear and you stop focusing on the music, you feel a serenity of calm wash over you, as if everything is tranquil, everything is happy, warm, and you can't find a way to want to leave. And
So
just
we need to
as
live.
this and just as this happens, you go back to fearful again because you're so calm that you're anxious. You're so calm that it induces your anxiety. And as you induces your anxiety, you then become somewhat sad because you're getting worked up over something you really shouldn't be. And then doubt creeps in. But as doubt begins to creep in, you then feel justified because you were once fearful, then found it to be calming, and thus the cycle repeats on itself now.
Can I try to replicate this into physical song with my pan flute and do a performance check?
And then a really high performance check.
Okey-dokey. Oh shit. Okay, I got a 17. I failed.
As you
First.
begin to play and you try to mimic the sound, all that comes out is a horrible, disgusting tune of notes slurred between flats and sharps.
Okay, I stop immediately and I'm like, well, that wasn't it.
And just as
And
that
I just put the
happens,
pan
you
flute
can
away.
see where like the face would normally be of this figure, the robe
Mhm.
begins to wrinkle and jagged, like become wrinkled and jagged, as if he's like kind of pushed back a bit by how disgusting it sounded.
I immediately put my pan flute away. Immediately. I apologize, and I, I kind of, I want to just, I want to thank him. I want to thank him for his insight, um, his opinion, I think insight actually was the right word. I wanna thank him for his wise insight for the way that I perceived everything. And then I'd like to get up and I'm gonna give him a small bow.
As you bow and then lift your head, there's no longer a robed figure there. Instead, you see a pile of gold coins as it
Nice.
reaches
Ooh.
up from red to a black robe once again to a larger figure decorated with all kinds of gold, having fluttering robes of orange and black looking like a moth carapace as you see this hulking figure in front of you that holds up the
Wow.
entire room, filled with a red aura and black robe, a face that looks like a million pieces of stalked wood stretched out and aching behind, an exoskeleton of hands of four reached out, two crossed across himself, giving a sort of closed up, like he's closing his arms over each other, and then the other two open, with a larger robe slash cape looking like it's made out of millions of moth wings. Large lanterns begin to come down from the ceiling, holding themselves there. as well as he's outstretched from this golden pile. Around his head speaks of a golden crown with accents of red jewels, and a blankless face with a crown embedded into his skull, with an exoskeleton of a dark gray.
That's amazing. I look up in awe, and once again I bow and I look up at him.
You can see from above him there is a vertebrae scarf that comes down made out of endless amounts of spines that drapes up into the ceiling, almost going into the heavens. And upon doing so, he looks down at you. A image is gifted into your brain. Upon doing so, the only image that you see is one of a question mark in book. A question mark that is on a book, into which the pages open to blank. You are given a quill, as the quill and a book have been given reality. You've been given a way to communicate.
Communicate with him?
Yes, the quill becomes to life, dipping itself in the ink, writing itself upon the pages. You have given me existence of life, as you now believe in a faith that surrounds me, given thought in form, intention given breath. And now I here stand, hovering before you as my truest form from the materium. You've given faith.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Is there,
No, go ahead.
I'm in awe. I look up at him in awe, and I want to write in. Do I have to write in the book to communicate with him?
Yes.
Okay, so I write in the book. No, thank you for your insight, your knowledge. You've given me a new perspective of my life, a way to search, a way to hope, a way to feel.
As he writes back to you, you could say that is something, but I will warn you, what you are feeling is faith. You seek out the depth of faith. You seek to want to know more, and thus you feel justified of joyful reunion, of new gone knowledge given to you in the breath of this life, into which I say to you, this is true. I do give you new accounts of information, new bits of it. However, your faith has given breath to depth, and the depth of your faith has given breath for me to exist, to which this form speaks to your faith alone.
I want to learn more. I want to see more, but I want to see it myself. I'll write that down.
As you write it down, he responds back to you with the quill and says to you, you can see it for yourself, but do you believe that it exists?
There's no saying that something hasn't existed. I mean, who
He
you are
rips
is a question.
he rips the quill from your hand and asks again, do you believe it exists?
I believe it exists.
Upon your belief of it existing, if you continue to believe the depth and wealth of knowledge exists, then you will seek and be given the wealth of knowledge. However, the depths will continuously go further. But if you do not have faith, then you will never find it. It will never happen. All you will find is the depth, but you will cast it off as not being deep enough. And the only way it becomes deep enough is if you are forced to see it. But that won't happen because you have no faith.
I'll keep faith. I will learn. I will constantly try to see the world as history shows it, as what it could be and learn from the history of our world and have faith in the
He
one
rips
we
the
can
quill from your hand. Wrong. Underlying the learning to look through it through history's gaze. That is ideal. That is not faith. Idealism and faith can be intertwined, but are perverted to each other. An ideal is something you wish for, not something you believe in. Something you believe in is something you know you can do. If you wish for something and you believe in that something, you have perverted both of them. In doing so, none will come to pass. You'll be too idealistic to actually gain any depth. You can't believe in that. It's meaningless. And just as you believe into it and accept it, bring it into form, you start to lose all of your ideal. It becomes more constitute, more reality. To have faith is to know that you can do it. To have faith is to believe it can be done. To have ideals is to want and wish for it to happen.
I know it can be done. I know the world can become a better place. I can help it become a better place.
Then where's the depth of your faith?
It will show. I will work hard. I will show my worth. I will show my faith.
The quill then stabs you in the head, and upon doing so, it's not
Oh.
a pain,
Nice.
and upon doing so, you are forced out of your body and entered into a hall of endless depth, to where you can see all of the world's problems continuing to cascade over and over again, growing in size, growing in complexity. And you are given the choice. Do you still choose to believe faith? Do you still have the faithful belief that through all this complexity that you can find an answer? That as every second ticks by and more information is flooded into your brain, does your faith hold true?
I know it does. I know I can do this. I know I can make the world a better place. I have faith that I will make the world a better place.
Upon doing so, the quill leaves your head, as it was never there to begin with, as it's back in your hand, and you see this figure embroidered upon a book in front of you. The road figure is no longer there,
Okay.
but the figure you saw, the picture I showed you, that is on the book now. There's a quill with the book. The quill of infinite ink, to say. Congratulations, you hold the birthing place of a god.
What?
You have been given depth of faith in depth. In doing so, the deeper you believe in your convictions and the deeper you believe in him for deeper insight, the deeper he will give you and bestows of boons. The boons being quite deep to you and personal to you.
Like a big god.
Did I just make a god?
You made a essence of a god, but a god requires faith and requires belief and requires that faith to work in tandem, so the only way that it will become more powerful is through the depth of your actions through it. So if you helped an example, no, that really wouldn't help anything.
No.
How would it help? Well,
Say
how
you-
would it help?
Say you helped a person, right? But you only helped them surface level. Did you actually solve the problem, or did you just help them?
Absolutely not. If
If-
I only helped them surface level, the problem still exists.
If you solve the problem, then you created depth, and in doing so he's given a bit more form, and you get a little bit of a boon.
What's a boon?
Helpful thing.
Okay. Boon.
Something like that's advantageous towards you.
Okay. How do you spell boon? Is it Boone or Boon?
Boon.
Yeah.
Creating a new post.
It's just think of it as just something that helps you.
That's crazy. That's insane. Wow, when Iliar is not horny, she can really get shit done. Oh no. That was awesome. That is incredible. So I have a book with this figure on it, with this feather with like infinite ink.
You have a feather and quill that has infinite ink and a book with you. The book and quill are tied to each other, and the book is bound to you, as long as you believe. So I'll type this out for you real quick.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to pause real quick.